Hey guys, Daniel here with Value Investing with Daniel. Thank you for tuning into this video. In this video, we're going to be discussing my personal preferences towards small cap stocks and why I prefer to invest specifically in small and micro cap obscure companies. The reason for that is because these smaller cap companies, companies like, let's say, Smith& Wesson or Signet Jewelers or Sleep Country, companies that I personally am invested in, these smaller cap companies have a tendency to be substantially more undervalued compared to, let's say, the larger cap companies. This isn't always the case. Just because a company's small cap doesn't mean that it's undervalued. But the chances of me finding a company that's critically and substantially undervalued are significantly higher in the small cap space. This is because a lot less people are looking at these smaller cap companies compared to the big cap companies. You got thousands of analysts who are looking at companies like Amazon or Apple, but very, very few people look at Sleep Country or Smith & Wesson, companies with these small market caps. So I spend most of my time looking at these smaller market caps, but I don't discriminate either. If I find a good opportunity to buy a good company at a great price in the large cap companies, then I'll also do that. For example, one of my largest current holdings is Google, so Alphabet. And I bought Alphabet at about an average price of about $90 a share, which I thought was a great price for a company like Google. And the opportunities to buy mega cap companies at fair and even slightly undervalued prices is pretty rare. I mean, these opportunities don't come out, every couple of months, especially when you're dealing with the super large companies like Alphabet. So the point of the video is pay attention to those smaller cap companies, those companies that have market caps of under $1 billion. That's where typically you're going to find the best opportunities, even under 10 billion. But as soon as you start getting into those larger companies, the chances of you finding something that's extremely undervalued, like crazily undervalued, is going to be a lot less. I found companies, I've been invested in companies, like my favorite example, one of my favorite companies is Sleep Country. I bought it at $18 a share when I think it's conservatively worth 60. So my margin of safety is very, very large with a company like that. And you're not going to really find companies selling for only a third of their fair value in the mega cap and large cap space. You're typically only going to find these opportunities in the small cap space. So that's where I spend most of my time. I hope the video was informative. Remember, always pay attention to the small caps. It's where you're going to find a lot of the really good opportunities. Thanks.